Obviously, I'm going to leave here. But when the Toronto Police Service say leave, I have to stay to show that I don't obey editorial direction from the Toronto Police Service. So if you are quiet, then I'll go when I choose to go. But every time you say leave, you know I've got to stay longer just to prove I don't obey you, right? Officer, this week our lawyer sent a letter to the chief, and it was passed on to the legal department of the police department. Okay. And it reasserted our rights as journalists to be here. Because I know there was some miscommunication by some officers last time. Okay. And so I want to point out, if you need some identification, this is one of our guys. Okay. We typically have either big lanyards. Yep. You probably recognize that guy in orange. His name's Mocha. He's one of our guys. Okay. You know David. Everyone knows David. Okay. And I think there's one or two others. Sure. And they're going to be strong journalists, like no baloney. They're going to really get as close to the action as they can.
So I think there's absolutely no problem with preps being out. Obviously, everybody knows that. The only thing that we will ask is that the 6 feet minimum distance be observed. Okay, especially with the officers.
All right. Okay. Well, I mean,
I think that's fair, because that's what the order says, right?
Last week, and we've got plenty of footage of it, your guys proactively pushed, shoved, tried to trip. That can't happen again today. That can't happen.
The one thing I can say, Ezra, right?
Yeah.
So Ezra, I'm sure you're aware of the options available to, if you want to relay those to the individual you're speaking of, in terms of, like, they have the full autonomy to lay a complaint if they want, and I can speak to you about those options. This week, what I'm here to tell you is that obviously the media press is an essential service.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that.
And there's no argument over that.
Okay, I'm glad
All
to
we're
hear
going to
that.
ask, and we will enforce, though, is that the 6 foot minimum distance be observed.
All right, well, what if they have masks on?
Again, 6 feet.
Because you guys aren't 6 feet apart, and they're not 6 feet apart.
So again, I'm going to ask is that the 6 foot minimum distance be observed.
And, like, we're not 6 feet apart, that's not 6 feet. So if we're not 6 feet apart, are you going to physically touch my people?
Well, I will ask you to observe the 6 foot distance, and then if you don't observe that, you can be charged.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you talking with me. Absolutely. First of all, thank you. And you know, I'm glad I had a chance to verbally say what we put in writing, because we take the protection of our people extremely seriously. Okay. And I know you do too.
Just like that, we're trying to take the protection of all Ontarians very seriously.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Well, unless there's any other messages you have for me, I really want to point out the people involved.
Just be safe, okay?
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thanks, man.
Excuse me, can you put me in charge of an officer I could speak to about my reporters here today? Maybe that's you.
What about them? No, I'm not. But what is it that you want to know about your reporters?
My name's Ezra Levant. I'm with Rebel News. I'm recording you.
Okay.
May I ask your name? Officer Cox?
Yeah.
And what's your badge number? 371. Thanks. So my goal here today is to make sure my reporters can do their job in a lawful manner, but also that they're free from some of the physical altercations and the incorrect legalities that were spoken
to them.
Not
to group up within groups of 5, try and respect each other's social distancing, then you won't be bothered, right?
Well, but last week, 2 things happened. First of all, 3 of our guys were assaulted by police. And second of all, police were saying inaccurate things about journalists not being permitted. Now, I know the force has corrected that. Okay, good. So that guy there is with me.
Okay.
The guy here in the orange jacket's with me. You know David. And, I mean, obviously you should...
You guys understand the 6 foot rule, right? What we're doing is trying to protect people from getting COVID, right? So they have... Just telling you what it is.
Listen, I appreciate you talking to me, officer. The reason I came to tell you this is just to reiterate verbally
But as
what
long
we
as you
sent.
stay within 6 feet, if you get too close, you could get a ticket. That's all I'm saying.
All right, you know what, frankly, I don't care about tickets. They're all going to be dismissed. It's the physical assaults I want to stop.
Yes.
Can you do me a favor? If any of my guys, they're not taking one of my guys away, are they? Come and talk to me, or have your guy come and talk to me, because, I don't care about tickets. It's the assault on my people that is absolutely off the rev limiter for me.
I wasn't here last week,
All right.
so I don't know anything.
Well, you
about
seem
the
calm,
assault.
so that's a good start.
Yeah. All we're trying to do is enforce the
All right,
rule.
and I appreciate you saying that. We've got a zero tolerance policy for assault, and I'm sure you do too. If anyone assaulted you, you'd charge them in a second.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we have an understanding.
If someone's being placed under arrest and they're resisting,
Our,
you have to use as much force as necessary to place them under
our people have never been arrested. Well, maybe once, and we never resist. I won't waste any more of your time. You got a busy day. I just wanted to say these things verbally, and if there's a problem, you come for me. My guys are not a problem.
As long as you know that you're welcome.
Oh, take it away. I don't care about the tickets. It's the assaults I care about.
Just try and respect their judgment.
All right. Good to talk to you. Thanks for your time.
Take care.
Cheers. I heard you hit him because you were giving the finger to the protesters. Is that true?
Who the fuck are you?
I'm Ezra Levant. What's your name? Is it true?
What happened?
Well, I'm trying to find out. I think he gave a finger to the protesters, so he wasn't paying attention when he was driving.
Who gave a finger?
I think this guy did.
Broski, why would you give a finger?
You guys mind giving some room? I've already asked you once.
Brother,
Please, all right?
this is bad. You can't be giving people fingers, man. Can you give me 6 feet? 6 feet, let's go. I'm 6 foot tall too, bro. How about you, fam? What do you think?
I'm Ezra. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Nice to. My name's Bachem.
Bachem?
Bachem.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
My name's Adam Langston.
Adam, how you doing?
Are you Bachabaz?
No.
Are you Khanif?
I don't know what those words mean.
Are you Khanif?
I don't know what that means. I'm sorry.
Miskin, good man, good man.
Hey man, what do you think of these people, these protesters?
I'm sorry, what news network are you with?
Rebel News, ma'am.
That is?
Oh, it's an internet news portal. We're just covering the protests, and I saw you giving the raised middle fingers. I couldn't help but notice you got a Black Lives Matter poster, and we saw.
Particularly.
Yeah. What's that? Oh, okay.
I'll talk.
We-
I'll talk with you.
Why were the Black Lives?
If anybody here is an actual press person, I'll speak with them.
Yeah. Why were the Black Lives Matter protesters not dispersed? And officers.
People wearing masks.
Oh, is that right? That's the rule. So if you wear a mask, you're allowed to conquer.
Go ahead, sir. Keep going with your protest.
Okay, well, I'm on the sidewalk. I'm just trying to,
Yeah, no doubt.
you know. Hey, how you doing there? Hey, how you doing?
That is so racist. Does my life not matter? Does my life not matter as an Asian?
Hey, officer. No, just asking her that she's got a Black Lives Matter poster. No, I'm not arguing. Just a legitimate question. Why were Black Lives Matter protesters not broken up, but you guys bent the knee with them? Officer, you guys bent the knee with those guys.
You know what? I wanted to make sure there was no.
We can keep moving, but can you give me an answer why there's a hypocrisy where an anti-lockdown protest? Yeah. Okay. I don't think you're allowed to ride your bike on the sidewalk.
I don't know.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Asian lives matter.
Well, Asian lives do matter. All lives matter.
Of course, I know
Right
that.
on. All right.
Okay, I'm waiting for
Good, delicious food out to those other people over there.
Yes, I
They're
will.
hungry looking at it.
It's raw milk. Do you want to charge me? I have raw milk baked into this.
I like your
Raw
style.
milk, butter.
I like your style. I like your style.
All right, Ezra, let's go.
You know, I
gotta keep running.
okay, see you later. Thank you. No problem.
Ezra, I'm not leaving you in front of our house, man.
Okay.
Let's go.
You know,
I'm not here for that, man. Just go.
okay, well then, if you don't want to talk to me, why are you talking to me?
Because I don't want to leave, and then you bother her again. Okay.
I haven't made any. What do you mean bother her? What do you mean by bother her?
I'm not gonna get into it.
I didn't even say a word to her. I didn't interact with her at all. What are you saying bother? I didn't bother her. Why would you say I bothered her?
Ezra.
Why would you say I bothered her? Would you please retract that? You're not going to. Well, then you're living down to expectations today, my friend.
Okay. I'm sorry you think that.
I didn't bother her. I didn't interact with her at all.
Ezra, you're missing the protest there, fella.
You know, when my wife says take out the garbage, I take out the garbage. But I take out the garbage a certain amount of time after she asks me to take out the garbage. And every time she says take out the garbage, it delays it another 10 minutes. Because that's me asserting the fact that I'm a man, and I take out the garbage when I want to take out the garbage. I don't take out the garbage because my wife says take out the garbage. So obviously I'm going to leave here. But when the Toronto Police Service say leave, I have to stay to show that I don't obey editorial direction from the Toronto Police Service. So if you are quiet, then I'll go when I choose to go. But every time you say leave, you know I've got to stay longer just to prove I don't obey you, right? See, that's the reverse psychology. Now you see that guy, he's a smart cookie. I see a police chief in the making right there. See, he's using psychology. He's saying, Ezra, you must stay. And now I'm saying, well, I got to leave because the cops say I got to stay. See, when you tell me I'm bothering him, yeah, but
I'm aware. I know what you're like now.
Good. So I'm like the kind of guy who believes in Section 2B of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. And I'm also the guy who's going to sue any cop who touches one of my people. So I don't leave because some cop says leave. I leave when I want to leave. All right.
I understand that. I'm glad we have an understanding, Ezra.
All right. So I'm going to stay here for a minute, and then I'm going to go when I choose to go. That's the smart one. He says he would do what my wife would do. Ezra, don't take out the garbage. I'll show you. I'm going to take out the garbage. All right, you guys ready to go? Let's go. I wonder if they're going to come back. Normally we have to spend thousands of dollars on private security, but to have a personal security detail from the Toronto Police Service, it makes me feel like a little bit of a VIP, like John Tory, just a little bit.